today's Pet Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Roberta Westbrook, and you're here with us at the Campus for All Animals, the Houston SPCA. Well, today I would like to start by introducing you to our Pet of the Week. Our Pet of the Week, Sasha. Sasha is approximately a 10-year-old female spayed Shih Tzu mix. We think Sasha's between 10 and 12 years old, but that's what makes her special. Sasha is a dog that we call a golden paw dog, and that means that she has reached her senior age. And that's what we're going to talk about today, what it's like to have a senior pet in your home and things to consider if you're interested in adopting a senior pet. So hopefully I can help answer some of your questions about taking a pet into your home that is a little older than our other dogs.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today. So we have two candidates that are available for adoption. You can tell they're very eagerly waiting over there to kind of get introduced. So first we have Chip. He's going to be our 11-month-old shepherd mix. You can tell he's very full of energy. He's still a puppy, so he has a lot of energy to burn. So any possible family or individual that's interested in Chip would highly be encouraged to be active to burn out any of his energy that he has, just because Chip, obviously he's a shepherd mix, he is still young, and he still has a lot of things to learn. So he loves to play, he loves to kind of chase and play with tennis balls, and kind of go through that and play fetch as much as he can. He loves to give kisses and give energy. So if you are interested in him, you are interested in a younger dog or a highly active dog, you're always welcome to stop on by and visit with Chip and kind of get acquainted with him. Perfect. Okay, so we have Thanksgiving coming up, so we clearly have our Giving Tuesday. So if you are interested in kind of giving back to the community or even to the Houston SPCA, please come stop on by. You don't have to even give donations monetarily. It can be donations through volunteer time. It can be donations through physical donations of laundry, anything that we can use here to kind of help with the maintenance of our dogs and cats that we have in-house. So if you are interested in giving donations, you can always check our website, and it will have all the information of what we currently need and kind of have ways to give back into the Houston SPCA. So next we have Rogue. So we have this sweet girl. Hi mama. So she is actually a 3-year-old rat terrier mix, essentially is how she kind of came in. And so she's through our investigations team. So she actually has kind of an interesting story. So if we look at Rogue, you can kind of see she actually lost her eye. So she came in through a cruelty case that was pretty severe, and then we had our veterinarians here perform surgery. So she actually did unfortunately have to lose that eye, but you can see she's doing great. It did not stop her. She's still very cheerful, very energetic. So anybody that's interested in her, she's ready to kind of prove her loyalty, find her forever family. So if you are interested, please stop on by, get to know her. She's a sweet, sweet girl. So if you are interested, just go to our website, come visit us here at the Houston SPCA from 11 a.m. to 6 a.m. from Monday to Sunday. So if there's somebody that you want to visit, so we also have Rogue, we have Chip, but we have hundreds of other animals that can go from small mammals, cats, dogs. So if you're interested in adopting, please stop on by during those days and during those times. One of our staff members will get you acquainted with them, okay? Thank you.
What defines a senior pet here at the Houston SPCA?
Well, as a veterinary professional, we determine a senior pet as one who has reached 75% of their lifespan. And this will depend on the species, whether it's a dog or a cat, and it will also depend on the breed. So larger breeds typically have a shorter lifespan, and smaller breeds typically have a longer lifespan. So a pet that's over 7 years of age here at the Houston SPCA is what we determine as average for a geriatric pet. Although some breeds of dogs that are larger breeds like Great Danes, they can be considered senior at around 5 years of age.
Why should potential adopters consider welcoming a senior pet into their home?
Well, there can be multiple benefits for adopting a senior pet. One of the benefits is that you kind of know what you're getting, because once a dog has reached that full adult stage, you really know their personality. You can tell fairly quickly what they like, what they don't like, what skills they have, and tricks that they know, and what they still can learn. And so it can be a little bit easier for you to get to know them and for them to get to know you, because they fully arrived in their personality.
What makes senior pets especially rewarding companions?
You know, senior pets can be rewarding companions because at this age, we want to have a life that is simple and easy and to be a companion for you and to really just respond to the love and care that they're receiving. Some senior pets are sedentary and can be couch potatoes with you or enjoy your favorite long walk around the neighborhood with you. And so they can be very rewarding to provide a comfortable, consistent home to a pet that's toward the end of their life phase. It can be rewarding for you, and it can certainly give them a sense of peace and comfort.
How do older pets tend to adjust to a new home compared to younger ones?
I think older pets can adjust to a new home relatively well. What they like is consistency and routine. So bringing a senior pet into your home, it's going to be really important that you have a consistent routine so that they can learn when meal time is, when walk time is, when potty time is, and this can help them to get adjusted relatively easily. One of the positive things about adopting a senior pet is that most of them are potty trained, and so it's easier to get them into a routine because you're not having to potty train them at the same time.
How can adopting a senior pet actually make life easier for a family or an individual?
You know, adopting a senior pet can make life easier because we know the personality that they have. They can adjust to routines relatively easily, and they provide a lot of companionship and comfort.
Why do senior pets often get overlooked in shelters?
I think senior pets can be overlooked in shelters depending on the needs of the family. So there may be some fear surrounding the health of the senior pet. There may be some fear around the personality and whether or not this pet's personality can be changed, or whether they're able to be trained to learn new skills and to adjust to a new environment.
Moving into health and care, what are the most common health issues senior pets face?
Well, some common health issues that might create some fear in potential adopters is that as pets age in and of itself is not a disease, but age can mean that diseases begin to creep up in a pet's health. So the things that we look for in aging pets are changes in their eyesight. They could develop cataracts, and they could just become naturally, less able to see in low light. They may develop hearing issues where they're not able to hear quite as well as they did when they were younger. We also look at organ function. As pets age, they can get arthritis, they can get kidney disease, thyroid disease, diabetes. There's several conditions that older pets are more prone to. However, one of the things that's positive about adopting a pet from the Houston SPCA is we do full medical checks on the senior pets that come to us. So senior pets that are over 7 years old will get blood work and a full exam, and they will get all of the things that are necessary to make them healthy, such as vaccinations, dewormer, heartworm prevention, and flea and tick prevention. So we do our best to find any underlying health conditions before we place our pets up for adoption. So we can talk to you about any conditions that we found in the pet that you'd like to adopt, and we can help walk you through some of the health concerns that you may have.
What are some proactive steps adopters can take to keep their senior pets healthy?
Some proactive steps that you can take to keep your senior pet healthy are taking your pet to the veterinarian regularly. Typically, we recommend taking your pet to the veterinarian once a year. If you have a senior pet, it may be advisable to take your pet for just a general checkup additional time throughout the year. So annually for vaccines, maybe heartworm tests, but maybe go every 6 months just for a regular checkup so that your veterinarian can find problems sooner. You can also pay really close attention to your pet's behavior. If you're noticing that there's changes in their diet, activity level, or just in their, in their general interaction with you, you can always contact your family veterinarian, and we can do some tests, including a basic exam, to help find those problems early.
How important is dental care for older animals?
Dental care is important for animals of all ages, but certainly senior pets need routine dental care as well. Again, as pets age, if they have not had dental cleanings regularly throughout their life, well, as they age, bacteria and plaque can build up. Teeth can become loose, and it may be necessary to have some teeth extracted to make them comfortable. This is not true for every senior pet, but it can be more common in senior pets.
How do you manage chronic conditions like arthritis or kidney disease?
If you have a senior pet that is found to have a chronic illness, it's more important that you're going to take them to the vet more regularly. So again, maybe every 6 months instead of every year. This way we can stay on top of their blood work monitoring, their medication doses, and make sure that we're keeping those disease processes at bay if we can, and keeping them very comfortable.
How can doctors tell if their senior pet is in pain or discomfort?
Typically, a pet that's in pain or discomfort will show you, and you may see subtle changes in their behavior. Oftentimes, pain and discomfort can lead to pets hiding, not wanting to interact with people. If it's pain or discomfort in the mouth, you might notice that they don't want to eat or they hypersalivate. You may notice if they have pain in their joints that they're slow to get up, and that they don't want to go on really long walks or run or jump as much as they used to. So if you're noticing some of these small changes in behavior, it's a good time to contact your family veterinarian. And again, just get a very thorough checkup so that we can address problems soon.
Moving into behavior and training, are senior pets easier to train than younger ones?
Senior pets may require less training because it's possible that they had some training when they were younger. They may already know how to sit, how to stay, how to walk on a leash. So it is possible that your senior pet could require less training. Certainly, old dogs and cats can learn new tricks. So even if you do adopt a senior pet, don't let that discourage you from getting them proper training.
What are signs that a senior pet may be stressed or anxious in a new environment?
Signs that a senior pet could be stressed or anxious in a new environment may include restlessness, pacing around the house, not being able to relax. They could pant much more, and that panting is not because they're hot, it's more from anxiety. So it's important to gradually introduce them to your new home, give them nice, comfortable bedding, their own space to relax in, and always using things that can keep pets calm, like aromatherapy, thunder shirts, and other methodologies can really help to them adjust to the new environment.
Older pets tend to get along well with children or other animals?
Senior pets getting along with children and other animals is going to be variable because it really just depends on each dog or cat's personality. So it's possible that you may adopt a senior pet that lived a life with other animals and children in the past, and it doesn't bother them at all. But it's possible that maybe you're adopting a senior pet that has not been around children and other animals. And so this is something that you're going to have to learn slowly based on each animal that you bring into your home, but certainly with help from our adoption counseling staff and even local animal trainers can help you integrate your pet into your home to make sure it's a smooth transition.
How do senior cats typically behave differently than senior dogs?
You may notice that cats love to sleep a lot, and that's true even as they age. I think that's true for senior dogs as well. So they just love to relax and to be in your company. And so that's one of the good things about adopting a senior pet. If you work from home or if you spend a lot of time at home, you can have a buddy who's going to be there to comfort you.
What types of enrichment are best for senior pets?
Senior pets need to be stimulated as well. Just because they're older, it doesn't mean that they don't need mental stimulation. As a matter of fact, they may need more mental stimulation to keep them sharp. So using food puzzles and toys that stimulate them, that keep them active, could be very, very positive for their mental health. Walks that allow dogs to use their nose to sniff new things. This could also be very beneficial to them. So senior pets definitely need mental stimulation. So you want to keep them active, keep them introduced to new things, and that will keep their brains sharp.
Moving into the adoption process, what does the adoption process look like for a senior pet at the Houston SPCA?
If you'd like to adopt a senior pet here at the Houston SPCA, we encourage you to take a look at our website. Go on our website, see if there's any animals that you may be interested in visiting with. When you arrive at our adoption center, one of our adoption counselors or wonderful volunteers can guide you in the direction of where to find that senior dog or cat. And then we want you to spend time with this pet. So we have get acquainted rooms that will allow you to spend one-on-one time with the pet that you may be interested in. And our volunteers and our adoption counselors can give you more information about that pet, including any health problems that our veterinary team has identified and our recommendations for the future as it relates to this particular senior pet. Once you've decided that you're ready to take your senior pet home, you have the benefit of taking home a bag of food from Hill's Pet Nutrition that's specially formulated for senior pets. And we'll talk to you about our partnership with VCA that will allow you to get another veterinary exam at no charge to you when you visit a VCA. So it's a very comprehensive adoption process. We want you to be comfortable in the pet that you are adopting. We want you to know what we found and what to look out for in the future. So come on down and take a look.
How can the public spread the word about senior pet adoption?
You know, senior pet adoption can really be rewarding, and it gives you an opportunity to give a senior pet just a loving home. And if you're interested in adopting a senior pet, we encourage you to come on down and take a look at all the animals we have available for adoption. But even if you aren't looking to adopt a senior pet, someone you know might be. And the way that you can help us spread the word is resharing this podcast or posting something on your social media that encourages people to come visit us and consider adopting a senior pet.
What would you say to someone hesitant about adopting an older pet?
If you're hesitant about adopting an older pet, don't worry. Come on down, come to our adoption center, let one of our adoption counselors or helpful volunteers introduce you to one of our senior pets. You can spend time with them, you can get to know their personality, and it can help to ease your nervousness.
What's one myth about senior pets you wish everyone knew the truth about?
You know, I wish everyone knew that senior pets can actually have a lot of activity. So we typically think of senior pets as being kind of pets that sleep all day and don't have a lot of energy. But senior pets, once they get comfortable in their home and they know their routine and you get to know their personality, they can have a lot of fun. They can still chase balls. They can still play with laser lights. So if it's a cat, they can still have a lot of fun. They can still enjoy walks. And so they can actually be full of life.
The holidays coming up, what advice would you give someone who is adopting a senior pet?
Well, adopting a senior pet during the holidays can still be a really wonderful process. You're going to have family over. It's an environment where typically people are enjoying the company of friends and family and good food. And there's a lot going on. And bringing in a senior pet during this time can really be comforting because you'll be able to give them an opportunity to spend time in a comfortable environment and a stable environment, but also it can bring your heart a lot of joy. And during this season, we typically think about spending time with friends and family and giving to others, and that giving to others includes our senior pets. So if you're thinking of bringing a senior pet into your home, you may want to do it just before the holiday season to give them a chance to get used to your environment, your home, before all of the holiday activity. But our counselors here at the Houston SPCA can give you some further tips on having your senior pet get adjusted to their home in a smooth process.
What final message would you like to give someone thinking about adopting a senior pet this month?
You know, I appreciate everyone for even considering adoption, and especially if you're considering adopting a senior pet. You know, what you're doing is you're giving these pets an opportunity to have a comfortable home toward the end of their lifespan, and I think this would be very encouraging. So I would say, come on down, visit with our pets, and see if we can find one that can be the right fit for you, but you would be rewarded, and you would also be supporting our pets. Well, thank you so much for joining us on today's Pet Podcast. We hope that you come on down and visit us at our adoption center every day from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. We would love to see you. See you next week on the Pet Podcast.